Right now, all that's being measured is the total,
Yeah.
which can of course be adjusted with this plastic back.
5 minutes left. Remember, all we care about is volume. Breaths.
Wait,
So
we're talking about volume as well?
Volume of ideas
And then we have the total, which is 500.
sorry.
Okay.
And then you have this distance.
That's C. All right.
We also have this distance, which is sort of the slant of a woman's shoulder,
Okay.
which affects whether or not the straps are staying on.
Okay.
So that's something that's not currently taken into account. You have
What about what she's doing while wearing it?
while wearing it. So the function. So you mean sports bra versus regular bra.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, throw function in that. That's good.
So yeah.
Right, so then you have sort of, within this system, you have things that change. So whether you gain or lose weight, whether you're on your period or you're not, affects your bra fit. And
Let's stir it up. We need ideas. We didn't work.
So like the way we look at it is that you have your three different things really. You have your fit, your fashion, and your function. So, you know, the fit is, you want to not even think about and not even feel that you're wearing a bra would be the ultimate goal. And fashion, you know, that there's people, you know, it's a way for women to feel sexy. It also, you know, you want it to look good underneath, especially if you're showing it to somebody. Or
So fashion breaks down, right?
And then for function,
Yeah, actually,
exactly.
that's true. Yeah, we could break down. I think you mentioned some things in the past.
So sexy or
And did I hear correctly?
materials.
The point of view or the question you guys were asking was, how do you help someone figure out what are the different ways to figure out how a bra fits, and so that you could do it at home?
Well,
Right,
so
exactly.
Okay, all right.
So ideally, right now, I think the best, women would agree that the best way to get the right fitting bra is to go into some small boutique and have a woman who knows what she's doing manhandle you, and then you can probably get a bra that fits right. Most women either don't have access to that or they aren't comfortable with it. So can we develop a system at home that isn't just taking a tape measure and measuring different things, because I think women will always get that wrong, but can we develop something that says, these are your key measurements that are going to give you a better fitting bra?
Maybe you guys should move into fit kit because you're down to like 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
So in terms of the fit kit, we have sort of several options. We have a measuring tape.
Plaster mold.
We have a plastic.
which is what everyone immediately goes to.
Some kind of a lycra.
Or some sort of material that you could trace exactly the dimensions of what you are, and then on the other side would be a marking system that would line up with what you had drawn. So then you would enter those dimensions into our site, and then it would tell you what the size.
There also, I mean, there is material that is shape saving, right? That's not plaster.
So this is where we could really use your help.
Yeah.
What
What
kind
do you
of
know,
materials
man?
would you
Well,
think
we'll have to do some. You'd have to do some research on it. But there, I mean, all I'm really that familiar with is metals, which I don't think you'd want to use. But I think that there are materials.
Ideas, metal, something.
I think there are lycras and polyethylenes that would work.
Okay.
And I mean, what's really important is that this fit kit, it's easy to use, and that it's not very expensive.
We also work within that you can have it do it yourself, or you have a versus like doing a trunk show.
Well, the other idea is doing an actual body scanner, where you know potentially there could be a trunk show, or it could be having just a little kind of booth almost in a mall where you go in and
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean,
Also-
that's something I think about is like, I mean, if this is about for women who may not have access to a small boutique, like, is there something they can do with their own camera? Like, everybody has a phone. And a
yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Like the bar scanner on the new phones. Just scan your boob.
Like
Yeah, scan your boob.
Scan your boob.
Scanner. Scan your boob.
Like Star Trek shit. And the other thing I thought of was
Being like walking up to some bot, like some scanner thing, and having it like be able to sort of quickly say, oh, you match to this shape just by one picture would be very cool.
yeah.
Yeah, actually.
You gotta swish your.
It could be like.
No good.
It's like Tupperware with lots of food.
We need more ideas.
The other thing that came to my mind was how you get the kit to the customer and
A
back.
2 for
Yeah.
1.
So well, it's shipping, and that it would be that they get to keep it. And so
Yeah.
like another huge target that we're thinking of are teenagers that are growing.
Yeah.
So it's constantly changing. So it would be something that would be really beneficial to them, because then as they're growing, they're able to see what size they are, and so it takes a lot of the guesswork or the uncomfortableness of having to go to the mall with
Sure.
whatever.
There are also different places where, I mean, like thinking of where women are already sort of undressing or whatever. You have sort of in your gynecologist office.
Yeah.
Or,
that's good.
and sort of taking a health picture. Or even like being a spa treatment type of thing. I don't know that would.
Okay. So, I guess, yeah,
and
go ahead.
Just, kind of going back to these things we were talking about. So, the comfort for it to be invisible, and, that's what we're really going for. But then also marrying it with the idea of fashion. So, because women tend to, might have tons of
Yours, just use
they
this
only,
pad,
like-
maybe use that.
Are these actual ideas? Sure.